So Richard, we had too big to fail, too big to manage, too big to save. Now a bank that appears to be too big to work. We had the big systems problem at RBS. What are the repercussions, do you think?
The repercussions there are two kinds of repercussion. First of all, you've got the clients who are up in arms, obviously, because they're having to pay extra interest, penalty fees. They've probably lost on a conveyancing of a house. So that is going to come back home to RBS as cost, and they're going to have to compensate. And this comes on top of an existing compensation program where they're repaying customers for apparently missold payment protection insurance. So this is just heap number 2 of admin burdens.
But we don't
for
have
the
any
bank.
estimates at the moment. I mean,
We
off the
haven't
top
yet.
of my head, I mean, the numbers are probably going to be minuscule next to whatever they made last year, £6 billion.
They made £6 billion of operating profit last year, full year. So I think if it gets into the hundreds of millions, I'd be surprised at this stage. But you never know, ambulance chasing lawyers, when they sniff an opportunity, will start climbing on and start finding people with sob stories, turn them into long drawn out court cases, and this will have people that should be out there drumming up business actually sorting out problems that shouldn't be there, all because of a computer upgrade, software
So this
upgrade.
is a company that's, 85% owned by the government, so frankly, who cares from a shareholder's point of view, but there are minority shareholders. Is this going to affect the share price?
The taxpayers own it.
The taxpayers, of course. Is this going to affect the government sale period, sale price, anything like that? Probably not.
I think it may feel like it in the short term, but in the long run, this was not a bank that was going to be reprivatised next year or even the year after. But you never know. The government may have had plans to start drip feeding stock into the market and gradually managing down its overhang. It just puts a little bit of a delay on that, and it's one more headache for Stephen Hester, the CEO.
And the hoo-ha about reputation? I mean, it's hard to think of a bank with a worse reputation, really, isn't it?
I'm sure every time I log on to do investment, to do my sort of internet banking and things, there's always things saying, sorry, this service is suspended. This is that kind of glitch, I suspect, and it's just a software upgrade that happens behind the scenes all the time, but it has got out of control. Now, the regulators probably will want to have a good sniff around and check this out.
And any sense of underinvestment from a management point of view in systems or upgrades?
A bank that's got rid of 36,000 people since before the crisis may have cut muscle instead of fat, but it looks as though they've actually also been spending on IT and infrastructure.
Blown out of proportion, reputational problem, embarrassing, but probably not so bad for investors in the long run. Thanks, Richard.